All right, let's get to know one of the draft prospects right here. Tony Brown, check this out. 5'11", 200 pounds, Alabama cornerback. Got numbers on top of numbers on top of numbers. Oh, and on top of that, first team All-American in track in that INT in the national championship game. We got numbers. So we are joined right now by a two-time national champion who tore up the combine with a 4.35 40. Listen, I said a 4.35 40. One of the most electric personalities in the draft class. Please welcome Alabama cornerback 2018 draft prospect Tony Brown to the building.
Tony.
I mean, did they let you into Nate's wardrobe closet?
No,
Show?
that ain't mine. That's next level right there. I'll tell you what, man, times done changed because I wasn't this fresh when I came out in 03. I was still wearing a baggy sweatsuit and old kicks from college.
Yeah, you did.
Man. Hey, you look fresh, brother. I'll tell you that. Of course, man. Now, as I mentioned, you had an incredible combine. Deion Sanders, primetime himself, he was raving about the speed, going crazy, saying this kid is balling today. What was your experience like at the combine, and what was it like to have a guy like Deion Sanders, one of the legends of the game, give you so many compliments?
Well, first and foremost, I want to thank you guys for having me on the show.
Of course.
Birthday.
Oh, thank you. Oh, he's a winner in my book, coaches.
He's smooth, man. He's smooth. He don't just dress smooth. He got to talk too. Oh, snap.
I appreciate you guys for having me here. It's a blessing. It was a blessing. The whole combine was a blessing. Going into it, you hear all types of stories about how tiresome, how you lose sleep, all the meetings, how you're from here to there all day. But I just listened to my mother. She told me, man, this is a blessing. I've been watching the combine since I was 6 years old and playing football since I was 6. So this is something I've been watching my entire life that I've been waiting on. So even if I had any nicks or if I was tired or started cramping, like, all I thought about was my mom, like, this is a blessing. Like, I get like 10. Someone told me during the training process, you get like maybe 10 opportunities to show these teams why they should draft you. Because you think about it, you got the hip turn drill, the W drill, the
broad jump, the vertical, cone, all these
it seems like a lot, but it's only like 10 opportunities to show all these teams that are out there. So I just took advantage of everything, and it was great. And just tell you about Deion, like, growing up, you know, Deion is like he's done so much for the game, for my position that I play in itself. And to hear those words, I didn't hear him during the combine because I was going through it, but after, when I got the text and he talked to me afterwards, and he just told me, just keep it up. Like, everybody's journey is different, you know what I'm saying? So he just told me that he liked what he saw out there and just to keep that competitive drive, and that feeling was amazing to hear that from Deion Sanders, you know, prime time himself, and that was just huge motivation factor going forward.
Tony, I love your game. Obviously, I watch a lot of SEC football. You're all over the field the last few seasons for Alabama, but I also love your combine experience for this cool moment during the combine. So here we are. We're hearing that you're going to be the fastest guy, all this stuff. You do your first combine attempt at the 40, and they call a false start. And you were none too happy. Let's watch this.
Oh, I thought that was a good start. What were you doing there, Gorse?
Nope.
Wait, watch Tony.
Oh, man. You see how far I already was, though?
No, you're good? Okay.
Nope.
Come on, man. You thought you were good.
I knew I was good. He knew I was good also.
Why'd he blow the wind? Why'd he say false start?
That's
That's what I think it was. I think he just never saw anybody get out that fast. As I was walking back, I asked him, I was like, what did I do wrong? I was expecting him to tell me, you know, you didn't hold it for long enough, or I noticed something, you know what I'm saying? But he told me he thought I slipped because I have low heel recovery on my start, and that's just where your foot drags the ground.
This is track talk now. Low heel recovery.
What does that mean?
That is track talk. That's your world.
Drags.
Yeah, just maximizing that first step. Maximizing the distance, horizontal distance in that first step. So
let's watch it again, because I'm looking at this. That's a 4.21 if I see it correctly.
Yeah, that first step sort of drags.
It's not a huge step.
That's a 4.2, Nate.
Yeah.
They screwed Tony.
Screw Tony. Could have been one of the fastest times ever.
Yeah, and with that, going into it, like you guys said, I had a goal in mind of breaking the record because I've always been a guy who wanted to set huge
What's your
goals.
fastest 40?
My fastest 40? Training, I ran 4.24 training. So I knew going in I wanted to run 4.2. But it's just the saying goes, you shoot for the stars, you land somewhere on the moon. So I still ran somewhere where I wanted to be. And with Gorsak, there was no ill will what I said.
I know.
I didn't know that everything, there were microphones everywhere, and that's one thing you learn going into the next process of life is that there's a camera, there's something everywhere, and that you're liable for everything you say.
Hey, I don't think any NFL evaluators took anything negative from any of that. You're a competitor, my man.
They did, and Gorsak was at my pro day. He took a picture with my mom. We talked, and he was, he knew that was a great start, and so he apologized, and it was all good. And I'm a corner, and so we have to have a short memory playing corner, and so. If you notice, if they play the replay after the false start, I came back to the line. I do what I do with you calm yourself, control your breathing, get your breaths and get your mind back ready to do what you need to do.
You could not have handled that better. I would have been like, nope, see ya.
Keep
running.
I had to show him. You know what I'm saying? Short memory.
Another thing here is you warm up shirtless before every game.
Sorry?
Yes, he warms up shirtless. In the cold weather games, he's shirtless. Every game, shirtless. It doesn't matter if you're playing up in Washington State or if you're playing in North Dakota. Tony Brown was shirtless pregame. It's a heck of a physique, Tony.
Tony, I'm not okay with this.
Are you going to bring this on to the NFL?
A heck of a physique.
I'm just picturing myself.
You look like Michael B. Jordan in Black Panther.
I'm picturing myself.
Kyle Brandt there for a second. Why do you do this?
What do you do?
Okay, it's
What do you do?
it's a psychological part of the game to football, and anyone who plays football will let you know. This is a very violent game, so I think going into it, a lot of it is mental. Like going into it, like I'm 6 foot 5'11", 7'8", 200 pounds, and I'm supposed to be hitting guys at 300 pounds linemen, covering guys 6'5", 6'6", guys that are a lot bigger than me, maybe even stronger than me. And so going into that, you have to have a mental, alpha type capacity to where you can handle those situations and you can handle the physical trauma of playing football. And so I go into the pregame with my shirt off as it's two parts of it. One is like an intimidation factor to other guys. Like I know I work hard. I'm a workout guy, so I stay working out. And so I know if another guy sees you watch any old war movie, they'll send out the big guy, and the other soldiers from the other team will they'll get their confidence be down a little bit because they're like, man, I don't, you know what I'm saying? That's a big, strong, fat-looking guy, you know what I'm saying, when I'm warming up. So a part of it is intimidation, but the bigger part of it is just getting me mentally ready to go on the field.
Ready
and so
battle.
The shirt off part is because I grew up not wearing no shirt and not wearing no shirt all the time, you know what I'm saying? And so it's just like a psychological getting me right. When my shirt is off and I'm sweating,
getting in your zone.
I got my pants on, I'm just knowing I can put my pads on, we're finna go try to knock somebody's head off.
I love it. I know we have to go quickly look at that camera and tell GMs and coaches why they should draft you.
You're getting one of the most versatile players in this draft. I played every position in the secondary. I know how to win. 2-time national champion, 3-time SEC champion. My class is the winningest class in NCAA history.
There you go.
And I'm gonna compete. I can do whatever you need me to do.
There it is, the shirtless wonder, Tony Brown.
Well, we got coming up, will 2018 be Tom Brady's most challenging season